Hi, fifth graders. Today we're going to be focusing on, as you can see, the customer units. So we're going to be specifically focusing on the customer units of measure, length, mass, and volume. So let's start off with the units of measure. So in this worksheet, I put up, I believe, almost all the units that or conversions that you will need to know to finish this specific worksheet. So as you can see here, we said that 12 inches equals 1 foot, 4 quarts equals 1 gallon, and 1 quart equals 2 pints, and 1 pint equals 2 cups. So let's do 5A. It says 22 quarts equals blank gallons and blank quarts. So this is basically be like we're gonna be seeing how many full gallons can go into 22 quarts, and then the quarts that are left we're just gonna put right here. So since we're dealing with quarts to gallons, we're gonna be looking at this one right here. So we know that 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. So let's divide 22 by 4. So 4 can go into 22 5 times evenly. But we're left with 2, right? So we're going to be left with 2 quarts, but we have 5 full gallons, right? So we're going to be putting 5 gallons, and then we said that we have 2 left, so that's going to be the quarts remaining. So it's fairly easy, this worksheet. You just need to know these conversions that I put up right here. So when you're converting, you basically divide or you multiply. But in this case, since quarts is smaller than gallons, we divided. So once again, I put out the conversions that you will need for this specific worksheet. This time we're going to be dealing with length. So I put in, this one deals with mainly feet, yards, and miles, and inches, yes. So we know that 3 feet equals 1 yard, 12 inches equals 1 foot, and 1,760 yards equals 1 mile. We're going to be doing number 9. It says 3,520 yards equals blank miles. Now, a lot of people get confused on when you know how to divide or you multiply. You only divide when you know that the units that you're trying to convert to is bigger, and you multiply when you know that the units that you're trying to convert to is smaller. And in this case, miles is bigger than yards, so we're going to be dividing. So we're going to be dividing 1760 into 3,520. Now this is going to be actually pretty intense. Actually, no, maybe it won't. 1760, let's try multiplying by 2. 0 times 2 is 0, 6 times 2 is 12, bring down the 2, bring up the 1. 7 times 2 is 14, 14 plus 1 is 15, bring down the 5, bring up the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 plus 1 is 3. Would you look at that? Never mind, I take back my word. 1760 can go into 3,520 2 times evenly, and you will get 0. So now we know that 3,520 yards equals 2 miles. So once again, keep these conversions in mind when answering this worksheet. We're going to be moving on to customer units of mass. So for this one, it deals with basically pounds, ounces, and tons. So I put up the conversions right here. We know that 16 ounces equals 1 pound, and then that 1,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So number 8 right here, we're trying to convert ounces into pounds, and we know that pounds is greater than ounces, so we're going to be dividing this given amount of ounces by 16. So let's do that. So 16 goes into 1296. So 16 cannot go into 12, so we're going to move on to 129. Let's try with a big number. Let's try like 8. 6 times 8 is 48. Bring up the 4. 4 8 times 1 is 8, and 8 plus 4 is 12. Ooh, it looks like that's going to be the closest that we could get to, so let's put 8 right here. And then we get 129 minus 128, and we're left with 1. Bring down the 6. And would you look at that? 16 goes into 16 one time, right? 16 minus 16 is 0. So now we know that 1296 ounces equals 81 pounds. Once again, keep this conversion chart in mind. Now we're going to be moving on to units of volume. It looks like I didn't write it down for here, but for here, once again, it's going to be the same conversion chart basically as the one we had here. So let's copy and paste this. Oops. Looks like I duplicated it. We're going to copy this onto the slide right here so it's easier to see. There we go. Except this one, you don't need the inches to feet. So now let's go back to the problem. Number 19 says 77 gallons equals blank quarts. Now this one's different. We're trying to go from a big number to a bigger unit to a smaller unit because quarts is smaller than gallons, right? So let's see how many gallons go into a quart. It looks like 4 quarts equals 1 gallon, right? And as I said before, if we're trying to go from a bigger unit to a smaller unit, then we multiply. So we're given 77 gallons, but we know that there's 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So we're going to multiply the 77 by 4, and then just multiply. So 7 times 4 is 8, 28. Bring down the 8, bring up the 2. 7 times 4, once again, is 28. 28 plus 2 is 30. So we're going to bring down 30. So we get that 77 gallons equals 308 quarts. And that should be your final answer. So once again, when you're doing this worksheet, keep this conversion chart in mind. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope this video helped you guys a bit.